Vinci.
Michael, you talked about, back in San Diego, you said there was a meeting where the primary theme was accountability. If you could distill whatever last night was about, if there was anybody spoke up, if there was any kind of overall theme or overarching theme, what was that? And if not, can you just share what last night was like?
Yeah, honestly, last night was just a night to celebrate the regular season. Talked about how last October in San Diego, we challenged ourselves to win our division. We challenged ourselves to be a lot better at home. We challenged ourselves to be a lot better against the playoff teams. And I wanted to make sure our players were aware that we did all that. I mean, the first #1 seed in franchise history, the only team in the Western Conference to make the playoffs 5 years in a row. We won the division. Our record against the top 5 teams is 13-4, which is incredible. So it was just really to celebrate and hope the guys understood, yes, the playoffs are a whole different season, but I think before you look forward, you should reflect on what we just did and what we accomplished and take some joy in that. We're not satisfied, but if you have that kind of a season and you don't take a moment to appreciate it, then what are we doing this for? And then now it was great to get in the gym today, and we focused on us today. Obviously after tonight's game, we know we'll be down to 2 teams that we can play, but today was all about us. We played live, we competed, the energy was great, and I think our guys understand that we have a chance to do something special. And the work ethic and the camaraderie and the chemistry are all where they need to be.
The team obviously got the rest days over the last month. Do you get a sense for how healthy the team is relative to previous seasons? Obviously, the big injuries aside in the last few years.
Yeah, I think being smart down the stretch, Adam. To your point, such a delicate balance every night. Who do you play? Who needs rest? Whose injuries are such where these guys should not be playing? So I think obviously having this week. Yesterday we had a great PD session. Team photo, team dinner. Today was live, competitive. Tomorrow we'll do some live stuff as well. Scale it back on Friday, ramp it up on Saturday, and play Sunday night. But I think overall, the mental, emotional, physical, for all of us is in a really good place right now.
Coach, do you have a general idea of your rotation that you're gonna, put out there in your head, or
No, I have a general idea. I got 17 guys to choose from. So we know our starting lineup. They've been great all season long. Bruce Brown, to me, is just like a starter. The guy has done everything asked of him all year long. Uncle Jeff, Christian. But I'm not going to pencil anything in. It's not black and white. A lot will be determined upon Friday night when we know who we're playing. Playoffs is all about matchups. And depending on who we play, we can use a lot of different guys. And that's what we worked on today. Lots of different groupings, different rotations, and we'll see. And once you get into a series, things can also change. So it's important for everybody to stay ready from game to game, from series to series.
Everyone's been saying you guys have the most pressure out of any team in the league during these playoffs.
I know.
I don't know.
Can you see it on my face?
I don't know. What do you think? What do you think when you hear those things? From whether it be from guys on TV or whatever.
Well, I hate to break it to you guys. I don't watch TV. I don't read the paper.
Or it must get to you at some point.
No, the pressure that I have is the pressure I put on myself. You're never gonna put any pressure on me. This is my job. This is my livelihood. I love my job, and we as an organization put pressure on ourselves to win a championship. That's what motivates us. And that's the pressure. The external pressure. Fans, bloggers, this, that, I could give a shit. It's about what I put on myself.
Before the All-Star break, you guys played really well in stretches defensively, obviously offensively. Second half, after the All-Star break, not as consistent, I'm guessing, as you would like. What gives you hope and confidence you can recapture in the playoffs what you did before the All-Star break?
Oh, we did it after the All-Star break, too.
As consistently as you wanted?
We, against some of the best teams in the NBA.
Yep.
Yeah, consistency is something that I've mentioned throughout the year. It's something we're always searching for, like the Holy Grail. And I think when we had injuries and guys were sitting down, we went through that 4-game losing streak, you could tell that the defense really had dropped off. To your point, what gives me confidence is that we have the number 3, I believe, clutch defense in the NBA. A lot of games in the playoffs are close games, so we've shown we can do it. Last 5 minutes of a close game, and a record against the top teams in the NBA. That's what gives me a lot of confidence. To be 13-4 against the likes of Sacramento, Phoenix, Memphis, Golden State, the Clippers. That's a real number, and I think we're able to beat some of the best teams in the Eastern Conference as well. But being healthy, I think, also gives me confidence that when we're fully healthy, guys are in the right place mentally, that allows us to go out there and play our game at the highest level possible. But yeah, that's definitely something that we've talked a lot about, and I do believe that our guys are ready for that challenge.
Jamal said that thumb is still a little sore and he's still thinking about it when he's catching the ball and shooting. How do you look today?
It looked good. Yeah, I mean, the thumb is the thumb. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be like great at any point, because as he mentioned, every time he catches the ball, every time somebody hits him in that area, there's going to be something there. But one thing I know about Jamal Murray, we haven't seen him in the last 2 postseasons, but that kid is physically and mentally tough. And if anybody can play through that kind of a nagging injury, it definitely will be Jamal.
How do you feel the energy shift with the playoffs? How have you felt the energy shift around the team? And can you describe kind of what that feels like with this group?
Yeah, well, I think I felt it today because we practiced, and the most important thing was that we also, I've been so nervous to play live basketball and compete because you don't want anybody getting hurt. But we cannot not do anything live for 8 days and go into game 1. And I play against a team that's played 2 games going into that game. So when we got up and down today and competed, you could feel the energy. You could feel the guys, were really, really engaged and understanding of what we have in front of us, the opportunity we have in front of us. It's not going to be easy. I mean, there are a lot of really good teams in the Western Conference, but I do think our guys have the proper mindset. And to your point about energy, today in practice was, at a team dinner. I mean, you're not going to have that guy's eating a steak, really energetic. It's more, today you felt it just in this gym, and the camaraderie as well as the energy.
Mike, were you surprised at all that you guys got the last time slot of the night, play at 8:30, even though it was a West Coast game that would start earlier than you guys?
Yeah, I don't know. You know what? We're going to use it to our advantage, because you have one day to fully prepare for your opponent. Mm-hmm. Friday night, we go to bed knowing who we play. We'll do some stuff. But having Sunday morning to have a shoot around, that's going to help us to talk about personnel, to talk about game plan, coverages, rotations, whatever else. So, I always expect the worst.
Michael, is there any updates on where Nikola is with his calf injury, sat out the last couple of games of the season, stuff like that?
Yeah, he looked good today. Yeah, was able to get through all the practice, as was everybody else. Colin Gillespie was able to get through portions of practice today, but I think Nikola, physically, mentally, emotionally, in a really good place right now, which is great to see.
How is your staff prepared? Are you guys looking at any of the teams? Are you watching games? Are there scouting reports being made already for all 3 teams now, I guess?
They're not in depth, if you will. Obviously, last night, let's watch to see who wins, knowing that now it's down to 3 teams. And after tonight, obviously, it'll be down to 2. Tomorrow's practice, we're going to work on concepts with the 2 remaining teams. So if it's one team where we got to worry about somebody in the post, we can work on some of our post defense, game plan coverages, adjustments. If it's a team that's going to be heavy pick and roll or heavy ISO, we're going to work on some of our ability to guard those actions. And then obviously we'll do the same thing on Friday, and Saturday we'll finally have a final answer. It's my final answer. But the coaches are great. I mean, I have a tremendous staff. Being in the gym yesterday with our PD coaches, those guys work their butts off, and you see all of our players that they continue to get better, and it's not a surprise because our guys are really, really talented as coaches.
Thank you. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.